Childhood. A storm was gathering to the south. Gray clouds began to cover the sky, cloaking the mountains of Zangman and Tianyan under a dark veil. As the sunlight faded, the fields on both sides of Lam River darkened. Shades from these dark clouds mixed with the dying sunlight to turn the ripening rice fields into leopard skin, now dark green, now yellow. Flashes of lightning were followed by roars of thunder rumbling out of the depths of the foreboding clouds. By the banyan tree, at the entrance to Chua village, some half-sleeping oxen were ruminating lazily, drooling from the corners of their mouths. Godfleys darted out from the oxen's back, avoiding their whipping tails. A group of peasants back from work gathered around a blind singer. They asked him to play a certain new song on his monochord. Facing the direction of the thunder and inhaling the sweet fragrance of the nearby lotus pond, he knitted his brows together and asked the people to sit beside him. Is the sky rumbling, or are those shots from General Van Ding Phum's gun once ringing out in the forest? That is the thunder, old man. It rumbles so much now, but so far not a drop of rain. As for our patriots' fight against the Westerners, our country is doomed by destiny. King Ham Yi was defeated. The French have already deported him. What else is there for us to hope for now? An old man quietly listened to the conversation as he wove a bamboo eel-catching basket. Certainly, he dug his lance into the soil, put both hands on its handle, and interjected. Why do you say there is nothing to hope for? The country has had its troubles now and then, but talented men have always risen to the occasion. If an old tree falls down, another shoots up. There are always trees in the forest, and there are always great men among our people. Everybody looked at him with approval. The blind singer with his closed eyes with his sleeve. He mumbled, sniffed the air. Lotuses are blossoming. Their fragrance drifts off even here. Old man, said a young girl, I have some boiled lotus punch for you. Please eat them, they will make you feel cool. The blind singer held the smooth boiled lotus punch in his hand, quite moved. Whose daughter are you, that you are so kind, little girl? The girl's mother said nothing. A peasant replied for her. She is candidate Sax's daughter, old man. The blind man smiled. His wrinkled face was beaming. So I know her well. She is Tang, candidate Sax's elder daughter and Bachelorate Huang Zhendong's granddaughter. All right, then, I am going to sing a song for all of you and this little Tang to enjoy. The girl handed him a calabash of water. Please have a drink to cool your throat before singing, old man. Thanks for your kindness. I am not thirsty. But by the way, for whom did you bring water to the rice field? It's for my mother. Well then, your mother has not given birth yet, right? Which do you want, a brother or a sister? For me to sing the congratulations song now? I would like another brother, old man. Nodding, he smiled and turned his instrument. Everybody gathered around the blind old singer. The oxen were still half sleeping. A fascinating sound accompanied the song. Oh heaven, do you know why the country of Vietnam has been suffering from generation to generation in the hand of ones coming from the west, who invaded Gia Định, then Dong Nai, occupying the south and now the north. Mandarins wanted to fight against them, but they were forbidden by King Tự Đức without any explanation. So now our capital and our cities are lost. Little Tang listened, though she hardly understood the full meaning of the song sung by the blind old man, but others followed each line. Oh heaven, do you know, everywhere people are beaten down and suffering, working for other countries who plunder our land. We are called yet we pay heavy taxes. Patriots are standing up in anger, gathering an army to smash the French and reclaim Vietnam. People were attentively listening to the sorrowful melody and the heart-rending song when a woman stood by a cow and pointed her hand at the lotus pond. Oh, Tang, what is the matter with your mother? Look over there. The slim 7-year-old girl rushed toward her mother with a calabash of water in her hand, and the song still followed her, gathering an army to smash the French and reclaim Vietnam, saving the people's lives, rescuing them from the difficulties and hardship. Mr. Hoàng Xuân Đường, Little Tang's maternal grandmother, was rushing toward the pregnant woman, together with some other women, their silk dresses floating backward. When Tang's mother reached the edge of the yard, another painful contraction made her sit down at the foot of a persimmon tree. Over her head, a flock of birds are flying back to their nest, singing merrily. Mrs. Hoàng Xuân Đường criticized her gently but reproachfully. Didn't I tell you not to be so hard-working, and didn't I tell you to stay at home instead of going to work for so far away? Don't you know that it is time for delivery? Then Mrs. Hoàng Xuân Đường urged her younger daughter on to burn some charcoal and told little Tang, go to grandfather's for dinner tonight. You and your brother Kim will sleep there as well. Stepping through the round of tea plants separating her house from that of her maternal grandparents, little Tang heard her mother's groaning, her maternal grandfather's coughing, and her father, who was substituting for her ill grandfather in the classroom, admonishing his pupils. Listen to my explanation before taking notes. As Confucius said, whether a king or an ordinary man, everybody has to strive toward self-improvement. From Tang's house, her aunt called out joyfully, oh, my sister has delivered a boy, another boy. How cute he is. Shut up, her grandmother yelled. How dare you let the devils hear you? Then she ordered, give me a slice of a piece. Be quick. I'm going to cut the placenta for the baby. That is done. Give me your father's old trouser, the one that I have washed and dried, wrapped in his grandfather's warmth. The boy will be even smarter and learned than his grandfather and his father. Then she turned to candidate Suck's wife. Remember that you have to clean the lamb saucer before filling the lamp with oil. Our forefathers used to say, you are smart thanks to your mother who cleaned the lamb saucer regularly. Mrs. Suck had stopped groaning. The baby's first cry blended with the sound of the hens calling their chicks back to the cage, and the cows leading their calves back to the stables. The doves were cooing on the roof of the house, and the slaves were rustling. The lotus fragrance from the pond mingled with the smell of burnt strawberry, which came from the pot of cocoa in Mrs. Suck's room.